Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Marriage and Relationship Talk with Pastor Isaiah James. This is Marriage and Relationship Talk 101 with Isaiah James. I like to welcome each and every one of you who's going to join me live and who also join me live on this Marriage and Relationship Talk today. I really appreciate you for staying tuned as you're hearing me. I want you to get this video, share the video, and then let's spread the message to all group of people, irrespective of where they are and who they are. As long as they are within our reach, let's get to them. Today, in this marriage and relationship talk, I think this is the first time I'm coming up live to talk on marriage and relationship. I've written a couple of books on marriage and relationship, and why I bring up this program today is that I have I see some couple of challenges, facing marriage and relationship. Most families, we are living in a generation where we have a high level of marital disintegration in our generation, in our society. So I want to say I can create an avenue to bless everyone who is privileged to listen to me and also who can follow my teachings and my writing about marriage and relationship. My aim is to make people live to the fullness in all aspects of their life, including their relationship and their marital life. So I'm happy to welcome each and every one of you to Marriage and Relationship Talk 101 with Pastor Isaiah James. Now, there is something I want to talk about in this series as we're going to continue in all other series, is that one thing I see happening so frequently in the lives and family of married people and those who are in relationship is what I'm going to address today in Marriage and Relationship Talk 101. Okay, let me begin. This is an introductory series to this, and we're gonna be doing it weekly. So follow me up every week on Marriage and Relationship Talk 101 with Pastor Isaiah James. First of all, there's a popular mindset that I see go around the world as I read about this, and also interact with marriage people. I've seen a mindset that is so commonly profound in the heart and the mind of many people who are in relationship and who are also married. I got married. I got to understand that many people believe that love is all they need to build a successful marriage and a successful relationship. Well, growing up in life as a young man, I happen to also fall into the class of this kind of belief that all we need to make a better, happy, healthy marriage and relationship is love. Well, I'm so sorry to say this. I'm so sorry for people who will have some doubt in what I want to say now. Love is not all that you need to build a greater marriage and relationship. Love is not all that you need to build a happy, successful marriage and relationship. So what I'm going to center today is what we're going to talk about in a couple of series that to come, that love is not enough. If you agree with me, let me hear from you in the comment section that love is not enough to build a healthy, successful, happy marriage and relationship. Love is not enough. Now, I'm going to talk about three things today in Marriage Relationship Talk 101 today. I'm going to talk about three things. Number one, the place of love, understanding the place of love in marriage and relationship, and also that love is not static in the relationship, and the third one is that love is dynamic in the relationship. I'm going to explain it in detail. Let's talk about the place of love in marriage. Love is one of the most important things in the world. Well, love is one of the most important words in the English dictionary. Love is one of the most important things in the life of everyone, be it a child growing up, be it a man, be it a woman, a girl, a boy, anybody, everybody on the face of the earth, on the planet, need love. So love is one of the most important things in everyone's life. Anyone that receive maximum love in his or life growing up, you will see that person become better. You will see things work. You will see that person become optimistic, positive about life and the way you view things about life. And anyone that has a defect in love, be it as a young person growing up, or it was born into a family that did not receive appropriate love support, you see the person being defective in many aspects of life. So love is one of the most powerful things in the world. Love has a place in marriage. Love has a place in relationship. Everyone who is married or are planning to be married or already in a relationship that they are believing God, trusting that will lead to marriage and will end up settling with the one they call the love of their life, their spouse, need to understand this, the place of love in marriage and relationship. You need to have an understanding of a place of love in marriage and relationship. Love has its place. From my own view, from the way I understand, I view things Love has a foundational place in everyone's life, in every relationship, in every marriage. Love has a foundational place. So um you can begin a relationship with love, you can begin marriage with love, but you don't need to end it with, you don't need to take all through with love. What do I mean by that? When you have an understanding of the place love occupy in every man's life, in every relationship, in every marriage, every successful home, you realize that people begin marriage with love. Yes, with the mindset they love the person. Yes, that is even the clue, the come that bring people together in the first place. They see the person, they love the person, But before we go talk about in detail about deep things of love, let's begin to look at some things. What exactly is love? What do we mean by love? Love is an affection. Dictionary define love as an affection. Now, in the practical way, if you see someone and you say you love the person, what do you mean by that? What do you mean that you love a person? Well, in my own view, in the way I understand things and a couple of my studies and the things I experienced around like a couple of years now, I understand that everyone who begin marriage or begin relationship doesn't need to begin with love. Yes, doesn't need to begin with love. People call this people say people who see someone's at first time, they say I love the person. It is what they call love at first sight. Well, I don't know what your view is on that, but you got to let me understand that. Talked about that in the comment section while you listen to this video. Now, everyone that begins a marriage and relationship with love might actually fail up on the way. What they begin with first is liking, because love is an attraction. There's something a person has, there's something you see in somebody that makes you attract to the person. You begin with attractiveness, some liking to the person, some liking to him, some liking to her, based on who he is, what you see about the person, his character, his aspiration about things, his worldview, all the way, something, one thing or the other might makes you go attractive to somebody, or you get to like the person. Okay, so you get attracted, and then you begin to stay, begin to develop some strong feelings for the person, some relationship for the person. It's going to be over time that you can define whether you love the person. Okay, so you don't begin marriage or relationship first with love. You begin with like and attractiveness. Something draws you to him, something draws you to her. So, and your closeness to him or her over time would now determine if you love the person, if you love the person, or if you will not love the person, depending on what the person will continue to do that will develop that constant attractiveness and affection to make you say, okay, I love this person, okay, I love her, I love him. Okay, so everyone begin marriage or relationship with like and attractiveness. This is what translates into love. So dictionary define love as an affection that is as a result of attractiveness. So that attractiveness is liking. You like the person, you like him, you like her, and then you begin to develop some more intimacy for the person, something more serious than just liking, and then we can call that love over time. So love has a place, it occupy the foundational place. Okay, but if you want to build a successful relationship, they want to build a successful marriage that will last a test of time, that will stand a test of time, you don't need to stop at love. You need to graduate from love, okay, into something more serious that will even make the love to grow. In my writing here, I am going to share a little things with you that at the point love can be confusing. Yes, love can be confusing. You people say, I love this thing, I love that good, I love that football, I love to listen to music, I love to watch movie, I love this thing, I love this. So at a point in time, if you really want to dig deep into what we call love, it can be confusing, because the same thing they used to express for human beings, the same feeling they express for human beings, they express for things, even inanimate things. Someone say, oh, I love my phone. Yes, I love my phone, I love things. So at a point in life, love can be confusing, can be very, very confusing. So you need to understand the place love occupy. Love occupy a foundational place. You can begin your relationship with love, but you don't need to stay at that, because in every marriage, in every successful relationship, there are things everyone do in the relationship that will either kill the love or will either grow the love. So it will take me to the second thing I want to talk about, that love is not static. In every relationship, in every marriage, love is not static. Love can either grow or love can either dies. I don't know, you can agree with me. If you agree with me, let me hear your view in the comment section. Love is not static in every relationship. In every marriage, love is not static. Love will either grow, love will either die, depending on what you do, who the person is, and what is being done in that relationship or in that marriage. I've read a couple of books on love and relationship and marriage since I became, and then I'm still in the process. I'm still in the process to get deeper and deeper into this business, what we call love and marriage relationship to whatever, because it holds a foundational place in every man's life. Relationship beyond marriage I shared in my video, I teach people that life is about relationship. If you don't know how to build relationship, you're going to fail out from life. Many things you're gonna lose so many things out from life because you don't understand one of the most powerful thing that is so demanding in everyone's life, and that's relationship. So love can be so confusing, and at a point in time, you can see people begin relationship with love, people begin marriage with love, and then over time they don't know what is happening to them. They don't know what is happening to that relationship. They don't know what is happening to that marriage. I observe this in mostly young married couple. In my studies, my writings, my teaching, preaching ministry, I've interacted with married couple, young married couple, those who have been married for years, those whom you hear their marriage falling to pieces, they divorce and one thing or the other. And at a point, you get to ask a question: what happened to love? After marriage, you see them, they were so happy, they were so excited before they got into marriage, they fall into deep intimacy in relationship. But I mean, when they tied in, or when they walk down the aisles, of getting married, at the point in time, you see the people who were happily in a loving romantic relationship, all of a sudden they start, I mean, being agnostic about people, about their partner. They don't care anymore about their partner. They don't care about their feelings. Their voice become hurting. Things about them, the intimacy die. So it forced me to ask a question: what happened to love in the relationship? What happened to love after marriage? You see, the same, that is not the same love people begin with in a loving romantic relationship, they end with in the marriage. Many at times their love, I mean, gets to die off. It flies away in a marriage relationship. So love is not static in a relationship. At a point in time, many people does not even understand, doesn't even observe when their love dies. When love dies up in the relationship, when love dies up in marriage, when love dies off in what they tend to build. So I got to understand that for us to build a great relationship, a great marriage that will last and stand a test of time, we need to love. We need to nurture loves. Yes, we need to nurture love, like we are growing a young plant, like we are nursing a newborn baby. Many people have been so careless the way they handle their love. They handle their love like so rough. They rough handle their love, and no wonder it dies off. When love dies, is what I call divorce. In marriage, is divorce, because at the point they divorce, that love is gone, is dead. In relationship, when you hear a partner said, it's over, I can't do it anymore, it's over, that means at that point in time, that love is dead. So let's look into some couple of things as we could talk about this in this love and marriage and relationship talk 101. Let's look at some things. I've already established that love is a necessity. We need to understand that love is a necessity in every relationship and in every marriage. But love can die. Love is not static. Let's talk about this. What do I mean by that? Love is not static. Love does not remain at a certain place. It's not you can go about, if you're in a relationship, an intimate relationship, that you say you love your partner, or you're married already. As you're listening to me, go back and then review what I want to say now. Check the capacity, the level of love you begin with your spouse, and the level of love you are with right now. Check. You're going to observe two things. It's either that love has increased or that love has diminished. But I bet you that love doesn't remain at the same level you begin with. I say that again. The love you begin with your partner in your relationship or your married, listen to me, go back and check. That love is not at the same level you begin with. If you want to do a careful calculation about it, you will see that love will either diminish or that love will either grow. But I bet you that love is not at the same level you began with. So love in a relationship is not static. Love in marriage is not static. That's why, as we're going to talk about this in subsequent time, I'm going to explore with you ingredient that you need to build love in a sustainable relationship, whether a relationship with your partner you expect to get married to, or whether a relationship with a business corporate relationship, or whatever, or relationship in marriage. I'm going to explore ingredients that you need. If you listen to me and follow what I'm going to talk about in subsequent video, you will be able to live to build an healthy, successful marriage and relationship that cut across all other aspects of life. So love is not static. Love will either grow or it will diminish. So for you to understand, you need to know that love needs to be nurtured. Like a young baby that is growing up, that you just put to bed. If you don't nurture that baby with nutrients, breast milk, feeding with nutrients that the baby need to grow, that baby will have what we call malnutrition, and that baby will die in the process of time. This is how love in relationship and marriage is. You need to nurture it. So you need to nurture it. So the ingredients I'm going to talk about subsequently are the things you need to nurture the love in your relationship, to nurture the love in your marriage. If you must have an healthy, happy marriage, you must have an healthy, successful marriage. So you need to understand that love needs to be nurtured, because love is not static in relationship and love is not static in marriage. So you need to nurture it. So many people have rough handled their love. I want to ask you, how is your love life like? Have you rough handled your love? Can you check the current level of love you are in your relationship and your marriage? I know when I read a book called The Five Love Language written by Gray Chapman, I understand that people's love tank can be empty. I have to be very sincere. That was my first time getting to understand what they call love tank. And a lot of people who are in relationship and marriage does not even understand what love tank is all about. A lot of people who in relationship, in marriage, their love tank has been empty and the partners does not know. Because of the couple of things they do in that relationship and in that marriage, it empties their love tank. Remember, I said it, that love can grow based on what you do, and love can diminish, can reduce, and can equally die based on what you do. So you need to constantly check your love tank. Okay, is your love tank full or is your love tank empty? If your love tank has half empty, so once you check this, you'll be able to nurture the relationship. Subsequently, I'm going to talk about what the ingredients you need to nurture the relationship. Okay, so your love will not die or does not die in your marriage or in your relationship. A lot of people, their love gets to diminish after they got married. So it poses a question to me, and I'm asking, what happened to love after marriage? What happened to love after a couple or a partner was in a strong romantic love, that you see this one loved himself and you can easily see it from a front view? Say this one are good to go on the house of marriage. Love, if you don't know how to handle it, it will diminish, it will disappear, and then the marriage or the relationship will actually crash or comes to an end. Okay, so love is not static, it can grow. Now when love die, you know that love can die. I said it already, that what you hear divorce actually in marriage is when love dies. When love dies in marriage, divorce is inevitable. Divorce is the end of it. They can't do it anymore. They have tried all their possible way and they don't feel anything for each other again. But if you look into it, you ask yourself a question. This was the partner that started with love. They love themselves, they love each other, they vow, they shake things in order, they can even die for their partner. But what happened in the process of time? That love dies and they end in divorce. So let me share something with you. When love dies, you see some hatred comes in, no compatibility anymore. The voice of their partner is no longer attractive to each other. They don't have that harmony. That soul unionism is no longer there. Love dies. So a couple of things can kill love. I'm going to talk about that in subsequent video. A couple of things can kill love. A couple of things can kill love. Many things can kill love. That's why our love in relationship and in our marriage must be nurtured. We must be nurtured. A lot of people are so careless. I speak with my heart sincere. Many people are so careless. I've been into the life and home of many people because of the result of what I do, my writing. I have conduct live interview, discussion with people I request to come into their life, and then they share some experience with me. And over my years of being in people's life and people's family, I understand many people are so careless. Why many people are so ignorant? They don't know that their love life need to be nurtured. They just blow anything they like in their love, in their relationship life, in their marriage life, and they don't care about it. They don't care about it at times because they are ignorant, or they don't know that the result of their action in this relationship and this marriage can kill their love. And as you're listening to me now, I want you to be meticulous about your marriage. Be meticulous about your relationship. If your relationship means a lot to you, if you value your relationship, be meticulous about it. Seek knowledge. As you're listening to me, be meticulous. Be intentional about growing love in your relationship, about growing love in your marriage. So you can make your love to grow. Love is not static. Love is dynamic. What do I mean by dynamic? What do I mean that love is dynamic? Dynamic is something that doesn't stay one place. It moves around. Yes, love can grow, love can diminish. So it's dynamic. You know, in my pastoral life for years, I've not seen people really talk about this. Mostly priests, when people go through what they call marriage preparation, pre-marriage education. I've not really seen marriage counselors or pastors, talked about this, the things that can make love diminish, or letting them to understand, people preparing to go into marriage institution, that their love is not static. that their love, the level of love they begin with, will not remain like that all the days of their life. That the love can grow and the love can diminish. I think if I've been able to establish this one thing to you as you're listening to me now, it's going to be a good point for me to begin from in my next video with you. That your love is not going to remain the same. Your love will not be static. Your love, so don't just think that love is automatic. It will just grow because you love the person, like you, the person love you, and it's going to remain like that. No. This is where many people go veer off the way. Many people go into a marital relationship or a better, strong relationship with this mindset that the level of love they begin with their partner, their spouse, will remain at that level. No. If I've been able to establish this in this video today, I think I've been able to drop a point on your head that love is not static. In your relationship, whatever relationship you're building, love can grow and love can diminish. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about the ingredient that you need to grow love, and then I'll show you the red flag that can make your love diminish if you're not careful about it. So love can grow. Love is dynamic. You can grow. So focus today as you're listening to me to build your love, to make your love grow. Okay, so when the love grow, you have everything that you want in marriage, in relationship. You'll be happy, you'll be healthy. Relationship is the best thing. I'm telling you the truth. Marriage is the best thing. One of the best gifts God has given to all humanity on earth is the ability to fall in love, to be in relationship, either a marriage relationship or an intimate relationship, or you need each other, because life is about interconnection with people. So we have to be careful on what we do in our relationship and in our marriage life, so that we can focus on building love and making it grow instead of letting it diminish and die. Okay, so there are a couple of things that can make love grow. I will share that in my next video. But before I close in this first video I make with you, I want you to understand. I want you to take this into heart. Never ignore a defect for the sake of love. Love is a primary thing. Love is the most important thing. But don't ignore a defect because of love. You see, when people begin a relationship, when people go into marriage, they begin to study people. They see some things they like, some things they don't like. But they just say, one of the words I always hear people say is the person will change. They see something that they don't like in the person. They see something they can't cope with in the person. They just believe the person will change, and then they move into the person's life fully just because they love the person. That is not good. That's not the best thing to do. Never ignore a defect for the sake of love. And people listening to me talk this will understand what I'm saying now. If you ignore a defect for the sake of love, you will have to live or cope with that defect. And anything you manage in relationship or in your marriage, just know that you're going to remain with it forever. Because if you ignore that defect at the beginning of that relationship or at the beginning of that marriage, and then in the process of time you've been with the person, either for years or for months or the period of time, and then you begin not to develop uneasiness with it, you don't like it anymore, you want the person to change, that automatically begin to create a problem. The person will be like, what's wrong with this person? What's wrong with you? You've been with me like this. You saw this thing in my life when you come in and you did not say anything. You ignore that thing because of love. And when you try to change what you ignore for the sake of love, that will establish a problem. That will be the beginning of a problem in that relationship or in that marriage. If you're listening to me now, you're planning to be in a serious relationship, you're preparing yourself to be married, check the life of the person, your partner. You love him, you love her. Something bring you closer to the person. You like the person, and then you begin to develop that affection over a period of time. Everybody have weaknesses. Check what are the things you can't cope with in this person. What are the things you don't like about this person? Begin to hit on it. Begin to talk on it. Begin to hammer on it, and begin to enforce that the person change gradually and over the process of time. And seriously, if you're in a relationship that this relationship would lead into marriage, don't ignore a defect for the sake of love. Don't claim that you love the person and then the person will change over a process of time. Except what you ignore as a result of love, you'll be able to cope with it all the rest of your life. You will not be able to cope with it all the rest of your life. Never ignore a defect because of love, because love is not static. Love can die, love can grow. So it depends on that. So love can grow, love can die. It depends on what you ignore. What you ignore, if you can live with it, no problem. But if you know that this thing, you will not be able to cope with it, you will not be able to live with it till the end of your life in this relationship, till the end of your life in this marriage, don't ignore it. This is one of the pitfalls I've seen. And I've written about it in books that I've written. I've wrote and talked to people, Don't ignore a defect. Any defect, any weakness you see, that you can't live with it, you can't cope with it forever in that relationship, in that marriage, don't ignore it. Make sure the person change before you establish something serious with the person. Now, this is the secret to love that lasts. I write it, the secret to love that lasts. The only way you can fully enjoy the love that lasts in marriage is to choose to make the principles and the quality that makes love grow more important in your marriage than love. Many people prioritize love. I don't undermine love, I don't underestimate love, but love is just a peak of an iceberg. If you are planning to spend eternity or a lifetime on earth with someone, you fall in love with the person, and this relationship will make something good out of it. And most especially, you're planning to build a love that will bring offspring to it. Don't ignore a defect. Love is just like an iceberg. There are qualities which I will share in my next video with you that will make your love grow. But hear this, the only way for you to fully enjoy the love that lasts in your marriage and your relationship is to choose to make the principles and the quality that makes love to grow and more important in your marriage than love. Because if you ignore it, the qualities and the necessities, the ingredient that makes love to grow in your marriage just for the sake of love, at the end of it, that love will die. But if you focus on making the qualities and the principle that make love grow in your marriage and your relationship, you will stand to enjoy that love. As in fact, you will not even need to beg for love. Love will be what's the commonest thing you will even see. When you see other people struggling for love, you will just be receiving it because you focus on the principle that makes love grow. Okay, look at this. Let me say an instant with you. If you're a farmer, you plant a seed, okay, and nurture that seed with adequate manure and fertilizer. Will you need to pray for that plant to grow? No. That's the truth. You will not need to pray for that plant to grow. You will just watch that plant grow because you feed that plant with the adequate nutrient, manure, or the fertilizer, and the right soil that ground needs to grow. This is what marriage and relationship need. If you focus on the qualities and the principle that make love to grow than love in marriage and relationship, you will not need to beg for love. Love will just grow inevitably. That man that is in your life, that woman that is in your life will just give you love without even knowing it, because it's happy in the relationship. Is I mean, all the grounds is made. There's manure in it. There's fertilizer in it. That love has gotten the ground. It's been germinated, and that love will germinate, and you continue to enjoy love in an affection in your relationship and your marriage, even when you don't even desire it. So focus on the quality and ingredient and the principle that makes love grow more than love in a marriage. Don't ignore love for the sake of, don't ignore any defect for the sake of love in your marriage or your love life. Okay, so in my next video, I'm going to talk about the ingredients. I have a lot of them developed. I've written them down in my book, and in a couple of time, I'm going to let you have the book. The book is still under a process, but I just want to share it because I listen to people around the world. We are living in the age where we have high marital disintegration. Marriage is breaking every day, in not just Muslim marriage, Christian marriage. I received one call yesterday that veer me off the path. You know, a servant of God is having challenges in marriage, and this thing breaks my heart. And I want you to listen. I want you to listen to me with all your heart. Listen to this video and follow me up in marriage and relationship talk. I'm going to be bringing up weekly every day. I have a commitment to making my marriage work. Before I plan to get married, I had a commitment that my marriage must work and was build and healthy marriage. I don't know about you, but my marriage will work. So I am committed to exploring the qualities and the principle that make love grow in marriage so my marriage can work. And I want you to sow into this vision with me. I want you to key into this pursuit with me. If you go into this pursuit with me, you're going to have a healthy, happy marriage. You're going to have a healthy, happy home. You're going to have a healthy, happy relationship. Okay? So stay with me. Let's get together. If you must marry, cross your mind that your marriage must work. So if your marriage must work, you follow me, listen to me. Let's explore the qualities and the values and the ingredient that makes love grow. And